Oh, hello there. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm now talking about a kind of follow-up to, what happened with the J.Scott Campbell story that we covered a while ago. It feels weird, like kind of revisiting, but it's a thing. So here over in Bounding into Comics is a new article. But before we begin, if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Okay. J.Scott Campbell apologizes for statement describing CommentsGate as alt-right hate group. Why? Just... Why? Fuck's sake. After denouncing the entirety of CommentGate as alt-right hate group veterinarian comic book artist, J.Scott Campbell has issued an apology for painting the entire group with the same brush, explaining that his internal statement was inspired by how some individuals who were making hateful, bigoted attacks were doing so in the name of CG. This is definitely a thing. Okay, several of the days after he refuted a Tumblr's artist fix on the Amazing Spider-Man cover 601, cover artwork featuring Mary Jane Watson with the counter critique of his own is now infamous. The fix is in thread. Campbell took his various social media accounts to issue another statement on the matter, this time directed towards those involved in the disclosure surrounding his posts. After nothing that it had been brought to my attention that were some bigoted, hateful, and completely over-the-line comments buried in my "the fix is in" thread, and expanding that some of the comments may be still found under his post due to him physically unable to monitor every comment thread. Campbell appeared to draw a conclusion between the alleged bigotry and the CommentsGate movement. There was a huge thing. I haven't seen this. I can't really bring it up. Is it archived? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. To get... Oh, okay, I can't really see it either. You can't really do it. Which is a bit crap. So I can't really read that one, unfortunately. Let me make this sick clear I possibly can. Okay, this... wrote Campbell, I am completely and totally against any bigoted comments against the LGBTQ, anti-trans, hate speech, or any kind of threats, anything of that sort of thing. He continued, I have no affiliation, there we go, with CommentsGate. I'm not alt-right, I'm not anti-women, or even endorse any fringe groups that push hate, period. The post and the community in question, whichever side you may fall on the topic, was intended to be playful, perhaps a bit snarky in tone, and absolutely not meant to inspire hate. So these are some of the things that he's drawn in the past, the Amazing Mary Jane. Because apparently now you can't draw anyone like this. If we're all going to go after, like, you can't draw women like this anymore, then can we stop drawing men in, like, buffed up, please? Can we stop doing that? You know, no. He continued, some have cited that by referring to the person as non-binary Finn, that I am somehow mocking the term. Campbell clarified I wasn't. It was the name. It was the only name that I had to work with, and even settled on NBF to try and make that not a non-issue, because it wasn't the issue. He declared art fixing artists, disrespect, art community bullying, and more importantly, art censorship was the discussion. Now, I can honestly understand, like, when we see people turn around and attack people for doing it, like, you fixed my art. Oh, this is problematic. Like, Mary Jane would never sit like this. No woman can sit like this. No one can do this. And then, you know, fixing the art, saying, like, you know, this is much better. You know, if someone did that to my art, I would generally go, that's not right, that's not cool. I wouldn't attack them, I wouldn't say anything. I would just say, look, this is not cool. And then I would, you know, see what they said, and then I would just adjust it and then go, okay, cool. You know, this is how it sits. You know, but apparently, like, you know, everyone in the world can't sit like they are. Like, you can see people like they would sit like against a bed or something, or like legs in the air, or leg dangled somewhere, and then be like, oh, no one sits like that, blah blah blah. So I kind of, with that, I'd be more like, well, you know, people can sit like that, and we've seen it. We've seen people do it. That Star Wars girl, she did it, and she said it was comfortable. Again, I've sat really weirdly at times when writing stuff, and again, let's continue. Again, here goes. Here's the drawing. So I don't believe in art censorship is a left or right thing. Further explained Campbell, in my observations, both sides use it as a troll, as a strategy for their individual means and agendas. But as my core as a creative individual and as an artist, let me state I'm fundamentally against censorship and being told in general what I can and cannot draw by any group, political or otherwise. So I would agree, like, again, like, what it gets to the point now where we turn around and say, you can't draw that. That's not allowed. Not drawing. You can't draw like that. Stop drawing like that. That's not allowed. But then again, when someone else draws something like it, and it's like, you know, fan art or, you know, up and coming, it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. You do amazing. But I feel that you shouldn't be able to tell someone you can't draw that. You know, if that was the case, everyone would be like, well, you can't draw like this at all. And that would be the worst thing, I think. I think that if you're telling someone you can't draw like that, get your priorities in check, because you wouldn't like it if someone told you you can't do something. I guarantee if you say you can't do this, straight to Twitter, I can't believe such and such said this, rah, 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 and then people would be like, oh my God, and then start again. Okay, just because I'm at odds with a lot of extreme viewpoints and attempts at censorship of my art from the left doesn't mean I'm in alignment with the alt-right hate speech either. He asserted, I know we're led sick to believe that the current landscape is either or. You're either with us or against us. It's not black or white. It's not, Campbell said. And again, you know, more of the drawings. This isn't a presidential election. There can be, and there are many shades of grey in regards to all kinds of different topics. As an artist in this modern world, I find myself feeling I'm somewhat in the middle, and I feel a lot of us feeling that this way these days. He elaborated. So again, this is kind of carrying on for his whole thing. After facing an understandable outpour of backlash from Comicsgate supporters, many of whom coincidentally attempted to clear up Campbell's misconceptions about the group, the artist followed his internal statement with a tweet stating, we knew that clarifying that you are against hate speech and making threats bigotry would get so many people upset and drop you. But hey, there's a modern society, and I stand with what I said. So basically, Scott said that one. A lot of people threw support behind you and your freedom to... Okay, so this is another tweet here. It says, a lot of people threw support behind you and your freedom to create. They got labeled as an alt-right or anti this or that. And you likely got pressured into your statement by the very people who torn mainstream comics apart. I like your artwork a lot, but you bit the hand that feeds you. Okay, so this is kind of going into what happened. It's just literally the same thing. If you identify with hate speech, then I'm sorry, you got your feelings hurt for you all now. Now, I could have also been shaming the hate speech that I saw from the left too. Nothing about drawing sexy ladies identified me with each political stance. Now, from my understanding on this, I think what happened is he said something. He liked all the people that were with him originally, and then someone at Marvel probably turned around and said, yeah, you're going to have to change that, and then he attacked the people that stood up for him, and so on and so on, and then therefore this is the reason why people there is another thing, is if I can cover it, I'll cover it. If not, then hopefully this will talk about what we've got so far. So that was the main thing, and now literally he's backtracking, I think for the third or fourth time, just to be like, hey, yeah, about that. The particular disclosure went on for some time, with Campbell engaging in various discussions on the subject with a number of individuals who consider themselves affiliated with Comicsgate in some way, shape or form. Eventually, 2 days after this internal statement, Campbell posted yet another lengthy statement to his social media, this time offering a clarification to his statements regarding the entire Comicsgate movement. So again, this is fine. Like, I don't see any problem with this. I don't see a problem. Like, if this was reversed and basically it was Spider-Man there it was Mary Jane in the Spider-Man suit, or someone else, it wouldn't bother me. So I don't know why people instantly go to this whole thing of get this banned, get rid of this. You're not allowed this. I don't understand, because I can see in, like, say maybe 10 years, when the people that complain about this, someone will complain about the covers that they like, and they'll go to town and say, no, like, how dare you, this is a piece of art. I just don't understand it that much, and it just infuriates me to the point where we can't have anything, because if it doesn't fit to someone's agenda or it doesn't fit to their viewpoint, we're not allowed it, and that just irritates me on many levels. I've taken the time to hear out the where are we? I've taken out the time to hear several individuals who I painted them in a poor light. When I made my statement about the diverse and heated rhythmic hidden within my messages threads of the Instagram and Twitter the past week, wrote Campbell. Some clarification that I feel is important added. When I was stating earlier that this is I'm not comfortable being implicated or included into a group, any group, without my consent, regardless of the group. So we've got a big thing. You can, if you want to pause the screen, pause it so you can read it here. Campbell then explained the reason I specifically referred to this group, Commonsgate, is because it was the only specific group that kept coming up by name. Honestly, from what I've read or seen in documentaries about Gamergate, this whole fiasco, anything gate in it is possibly to instant recall for me. And some individuals who were making hateful, bigoted attacks were doing so in the name of CG. That he then claimed, it's important to state that I encountered some very toxic and hateful things being said from the other side as well. Hence my earlier comments about feeling more pushed to make the middle of these two extreme viewpoints art. See, this is the Black Hat one I talked about. I like this. I like Black Hat. I think it's pretty awesome. Damn, this is a long one. Campbell next stated, I stand by what I said. I didn't tolerate any sort of hate speech, bigotry, racism, woman hate, and I will always push back at any occasion with individuals who act like this way. However, he added, if an individual members of the Comic community adamantly insist that that's not what they stand for, I feel I should give those folks the benefit of the doubt and take them on their word and not paint the entire group with a brush. Again, if you want to pause, you can do right here. They insist they are not a hive mind, as they put probably is that what messaging is very confusing to someone in my position who really doesn't keep up with the noise, clarified Campbell. He went on that note, and several have interacted with me respectfully, and we openly engaged about our mutual concern about art censorship and expressing our art freedoms of expression. And they've been civil, reasonable, occasionally even delightful. And again, we've got another really nice piece of cover art. Even nice cover art here. Like, I really like this version of Miss Marvel. I hope I got that right. Campbell further praised these discussions with Commonsgate means nothing more. There are important value discussions where we should be having more openly and more thoughtfully, without it devoting into tribalism and associates. I can't say that word. So these folks, I've apologized for whatever grief or embarrassment I may have caused you with my earlier word ramble and wide brush, said Campbell. I hope these individuals who feel I unfairly group them into a smaller group of bad actors will accept my apology. It's not feeling good. It's not a good feeling being accused of statements and actions you haven't committed and aren't in your heart. I can certainly attest to that. I just really like this artwork. I just do. I think it looks really cool. Again, if this was all males, I'd be the same thing. It's like, I like this art. It's awesome. I'm surely it will be vilified by some of both sides for this debate by clarifying myself and actually talking to individuals of different viewpoints. But I can only be true to my own values and sense of right and wrong, continue to treat as I want to be treated, he concluded. I will continue to stand up for my values, but I will even try harder to listen, learn to bring us together rather than push us further. Okay, so I don't know about this entire whole thing. I feel like he was probably pushed into this, and he had to kind of listen to a lot of people, as well as kind of see what they say and be like, oh shit, if I say the wrong thing, I can be cancelled, and I may not get any more work from Marvel again whatsoever. And I feel like that is a bad thing. His original statement of trying to fix someone else's work on his work, I like the whole like clap back where it's like, how dare you take my work and do this, but again, I can't do that to you, etc., etc. That's, to me where I would kind of argue back as well. I just feel like this whole thing right now feels to me that he had to write this, and again, it's a bit of a if this saves his career, cool, and fair dues if that's what he thinks, and I don't know, it's just weird. It is. Again, stick up if someone takes your art and then says I fix your shit, then have a go back, talk to them, see why, maybe look at why people have done this so you can understand it a bit more. But for that, I'm just going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Did I hopefully cover everything? What did you think? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like the sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. Thank you very much for watching, and in the next video, I'll catch you later.